Can Manny Pacquiao beat Terence Crawford? Knuckleheads, I put out a video a couple days ago indicating that I believe Terence Crawford's next fight is going to be Manny Pacquiao. That's what we're hearing from the rumor mill. And I indicated in that video a couple of opinions that may have rubbed you the wrong way. But you know, I got to keep it objective on this channel. And when I keep it subjective, I stay true to self. You know, again, I'm not biased in any way, shape, or form. I just tell it like it is. Now, the first opinion that may or may not have rubbed you the wrong way is the fact that I believe Terence Crawford is going for Manny Pacquiao because he knows Pacquiao will fight him, and also because he knows Errol Spence doesn't want to fight. Listen, if Errol Spence wanted to fight, there would be no problem here. There would be no delay. Terence Crawford has called the guy out a million times. Errol Spence is waiting for Terence Crawford, who's a little bit older than him, to erode a little bit and waiting to take some fights in the interim before he steps in the ring with him. Perhaps some people say that's an intelligent business move. They can say Spence is a shrewd guy, but for me, it doesn't sit right. The second opinion I had in the video is the fact that I believe that at this juncture, Manny Pacquiao probably would not beat Terence Crawford. And one thing that I noticed after I put out that video is I got a ton of Pacquiao fans commenting below, tell me they've heard this story before, they've seen this before. And, you know, to a certain extent, they're right. They're right that, you know, we've seen the legendary, and I want to preface this by saying, again, and emphasizing, the legendary Manny Pacquiao going there against the young buck, supposed to be the underdog, and go in there and whoop him. The same way, for instance, he did with Keith Thurman, right? So I completely understand where these people are coming from, and I don't say it lightly, and it's not easy for me to come to the conclusion that I believe Terence Crawford beats Manny Pacquiao. But look, the last time Manny Pacquiao fought, and again, even though he beat Keith Thurman, the last time Manny Pacquiao fought was 2 years ago. Manny Pacquiao, knuckleheads, is now 42 years old. Okay, Terence Crawford is priming, 33 years old. Manny Pacquiao is now 42 years old. If Manny Pacquiao was in his prime, I probably wouldn't pick Terence Crawford to beat him. But I do think Terence Crawford would be a slight favorite in this fight. I would say it would be a just about even fight, maybe a couple percentage points in favor of Terence Crawford. Because look, guys, Terence Crawford is 10 years younger almost, has a 7-inch reach advantage, a 2-inch height advantage, and Manny Pacquiao has almost double the miles on the odometer that Terence Crawford has. At the end of the day, guys, this is a young man's sport. Now, that's not me writing Manny Pacquiao off. Would I be surprised if Manny Pacquiao went in there and beat Terence Crawford? Absolutely not. We've seen Terence Crawford normally starts off a little slow, has to kind of download the information from his opponent to know what he's working with and to counter it. And that could be to his detriment against a Manny Pacquiao, especially considering the fact that Manny Pacquiao is still lightning quick and has incredible reflexes and is still powerful enough to drop a natural 147-pounder in Keith Thurman right on his ass. So would I be surprised if Manny Pacquiao beat Terence Crawford? Absolutely not. But look, again, there's just too many factors. There's just too many factors in the way for me to favor Manny Pacquiao against Terence Crawford. I mean, Terence Crawford has fought 2 times since the last time Manny Pacquiao fought. Again, Terence Crawford almost 10 years younger, 7-inch reach advantage, 2-inch height advantage, and about half the fights, I mean a little bit more than half the fights that Manny Pacquiao's had, hasn't been in too many real wars. Let's not forget, Manny Pacquiao's been knocked out. Manny Pacquiao's been beaten multiple times. And does that take away from his legend, though? No, it absolutely does not. Manny Pacquiao, in my opinion, is one of the greatest fighters to ever live, right? And I blame Floyd Mayweather partially, and maybe you could put some blame on Manny Pacquiao as well, but I mostly blame Floyd Mayweather for not taking the Manny Pacquiao fight sooner, because we could have found out who the real best to ever do it was. Right now, if you ask me, in my book, I believe Floyd Mayweather is the best to ever do it. But Manny Pacquiao is really close for me. Even though they fought and Mayweather won, Manny Pacquiao is really close for me. And the reason he's really close for me is because I felt like, they eroded. They had already eroded by the time they fought. And it wasn't both of them in their prime. The prime Manny Pacquiao that I'm thinking of, that I would have loved to see fight Floyd Mayweather, and I think would have been determinative as to who's the best fighter to maybe ever do it, would have been the Manny Pacquiao that fought Ricky Hatton. I mean, that was an absolute buzzsaw of a human being. So, when you take all of that into consideration, you also take the fact that freaking Manny Pacquiao started at 108 pounds, his boxing career. I consider him to be one of the best to ever do it. And, that's also part of the reason I think Terence Crawford, at this juncture, at this point in time, I'm not saying Crawford's better than Pacquiao. I'm saying at this point in time, at 42 years old, a guy who came up from 108 pounds, is definitely not a natural welterweight, is a senator, has a million other things going on. I just don't think at this juncture that I would favor Manny Pacquiao in this fight. But again, don't get me wrong, he could win the fight. My question for you guys is, who do you think wins this fight if it happens, and how? Put it in the comments below. Then hit the like button, subscribe, and hit the bell notification icon next to it. And join the channel, man. Hit the join button. For just $5 a month, that's 16 cents a day, you help me not only build the channel, but the only kickboxing promotion that matters, FightersRep Promotions. By paying those $5, you get access to our members-only meetings every month, where we discuss the progress of the promotion. You get discounts to FightersRep gear, which you can purchase below, which will also help me build the channel and the promotion and help out these fighters. And you'll also get access to our pay-per-views with that $5 a month membership when we do start putting fights on again. Knuckleheads, I look forward to hearing what you guys have to say about this one. I apologize to my fantastic Filipino viewers and subscribers. I got a lot of love for you guys, but I got to keep it honest. I think Terence Crawford at this point beats just about everybody.